Chapter 1, page 10, Part 2, Reading. In August 1971, a social psychologist at Stanford University began a study. Philip Zimbardo's purpose was to investigate the effects of being a prison guard or prisoner. The participants in the study were all volunteers. 75 men responded to a newspaper advertisement offering to pay them $15 a day. All the respondents completed a questionnaire about their family background, physical and mental health, prior work experience, and attitudes toward crime. The researchers chose the 24 most mature and mentally healthy volunteers. They were all white, male, and mostly middle class. None of them knew each other before the study. The researchers randomly decided which ones would be the prisoners and which ones would be the guards. A prison was built in the basement of a building at Stanford University. It contained 3 small cells, each 6 by 9 feet, with 3 prisoners to a cell. A small unlit room, 2 by 2 by 7 feet, was used as solitary confinement. All the guards attended an orientation meeting the day before the start of the study. Administrative details were explained, but no one told them how to behave. The only rule was that they were not allowed to use physical punishment. Both groups had uniforms. The purpose of the uniforms was to increase group identity and reduce individuality. Guards wore a plain khaki shirt and trousers. They also had a whistle, a police nightstick, a wooden club, and reflecting sunglasses that made eye contact impossible. The prisoners wore loose-fitting shirts that had an identification number on the front and back, rubber sandals, a hat made from a nylon stocking, and no underwear. They also had a light chain and lock around their ankle. In addition, each prisoner was given a toothbrush, soap, soap dish, towel, and bed linen. They had no personal items. The prisoners were arrested at their homes by the local police department. A police officer handcuffed them and searched them, often in front of their neighbors. Then they put them in the back of a police car and drove them down to the police station. At the police station, their fingerprints and photographs were taken. Each prisoner was then blindfolded and driven to the prison. During all of this time, the police officers were formal and serious. They did not inform the participants that this was part of the prison study. At the prison, the prisoners' clothes were removed and they were sprayed with insecticide, really a deodorant spray. Then they had to stand alone and naked in the yard. Finally, each was given a uniform. The head of the prison read them the rules. They had to memorize them, and they were warned to follow them exactly. Guards never called the prisoners by name. They only used their identification numbers. Every day the participants had 3 meals, 3 toilet visits, and 2 hours for reading or letter writing. They also had daily work assignments. In addition, they were given 2 visiting periods per week. There were also movie nights and exercise periods. 3 times a day, guards counted the prisoners. The purpose of the count was to make sure that all prisoners were present. The first counts lasted only about 10 minutes, but as the experiment progressed, they got longer. At the end, some counts lasted for several hours. The results of the experiment showed that the behavior of the participants was greatly affected by the role they had been given. This effect was actually much greater than the researchers had predicted. As the experiment continued, the guards became more and more verbally and physically aggressive. The prisoners became increasingly depersonalized, and several experienced extreme emotional depression, crying, rage, and great anxiety. For this reason, the experiment, which was supposed to run for 14 days, was stopped after only 6. 5 prisoners had to be released even earlier because of extreme emotional depression. Zimbardo believes that the study demonstrates the powerful effect roles can have on people's behavior.